CCX Sports presents coverage of the Northwest Suburban Conference. Tonight, a boys basketball game featuring the Osseo Orioles and the Champlin Park Rebels. From Champlin Park High School in Brooklyn Park, John Jacobson and Bart Eniger for tonight's game. Osseo 9-9 on the season. Bart coming in with two big wins last week, Maple Grove and Elk River. The Elk River win costly, though. They lose Trey Smith to a broken hand. Their leading scorer and rebounder, he's out for the season.
Yeah, that's a tough loss for them, averaging about 17 points a game, 7 or 8 rebounds a game. You just can't replace that, so they're going to have to do it by committee tonight.
Champlin Park coming in at 5-10 this year. They only won 4 games last season, so already an improvement on that. And trying to find their way, certainly a competitive team in most games, though, and then they'll put up a good game against Osseo tonight.
Yeah, and when you play Osseo and Champlin Park, you can throw out the records. Long history with these teams being very competitive. Expect nothing less tonight.
Let's look at our key players, starting with Osseo. Aaron Smith is one of 3 guys in a rotation of big men that Tim Tyson said are going to need to step up with Trey Smith out now, along with Bryce Hawthorne and Jerome Williams. Aaron Smith, a big guy in the middle in the low post.
Yeah, Coach Tyson talked about getting him touches tonight. He wants the ball to go inside as much as possible so that they get some defense to sink in on him and then give his perimeter guys room to operate.
And for Champlin Park, Luke Graff, he is a junior, and their top scorer and a good rebounder too.
Yeah, and he from last year was mostly a catch and shoot guy, and this year he's really improved his game, and he's really putting it on the floor and creating for his teammates. He's going to have to do that tonight.
Should be a fun one here tonight. Northwest Suburban Conference boys basketball tips live next on CCX. It's the Orioles and the Rebels. CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is now available on Roku and Apple TV. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You'll also have access to a large on-demand library, including daily newscasts and full sporting events. To find the app, go to the store and search CCX and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. Now available on Roku and Apple TV. CCX Sports presents coverage of the Northwest Suburban Conference. Tonight, a boys basketball game featuring the Osseo Orioles and the Champlin Park Rebels. From Champlin Park High School in Brooklyn Park, John Jacobson and Bart Eniger for tonight's game. Osseo 9-9 on the season. Bart coming in with two big wins last week, Maple Grove and Elk River. The Elk River win costly, though. They lose Trey Smith to a broken hand. Their leading scorer and rebounder, he's out for the season.
Yeah, that's a tough loss for them, averaging about 17 points a game, 7 or 8 rebounds a game. You just can't replace that, so they're going to have to do it by committee tonight.
Champlin Park coming in at 5-10 this year. They only won 4 games last season, so already an improvement on that. And trying to find their way, certainly a competitive team in most games, though, and they'll put up a good game against Osseo tonight.
Yeah, and when you play Osseo and Champlin Park, you can throw out the records. Long history with these teams being very competitive. Expect nothing less tonight.
Let's look at our key players, starting with Osseo. Aaron Smith is one of 3 guys in a rotation of big men that Tim Tyson said are going to need to step up with Trey Smith out now, along with Bryce Hawthorne and Jerome Williams. Aaron Smith, a big guy in the middle in the low post.
Yeah, Coach Tyson talked about getting him touches tonight. He wants the ball to go inside as much as possible so that they get some defense to sink in on him and then give his perimeter guys room to operate.
And for Champlin Park, Luke Graff, he is a junior and their top scorer and a good rebounder too.
Yeah, and he from last year was mostly a catch and shoot guy, and this year he's really improved his game and he's really putting it on the floor and creating for his teammates. He's going to have to do that tonight.
Should be a fun one here tonight. Northwest Suburban Conference boys basketball tips live next on CCX. It's the Orioles and the Rebels. CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is now available on Roku and Apple TV. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You will also have access to a large on-demand library, including daily newscasts and full sporting events. To find the app, go to the store and search CCX and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. Now available on Roku and Apple TV.
You are loved. You are valued. You are resilient. You got this.
You're there for them. We're here for you. Find free care guides at aarp.org/caregiving.
Put a frog in a pot of boiling water and it'll jump right out. But put a frog in a pot of cool water and slowly heat it up, and that frog will boil. As veterans, we can tell ourselves the lie that it's easier to stay in that boiling water, to disconnect. But you've never been interested in easy. You are not a frog.
Find resources at 8.gov.
My kids put skis on as they were learning to walk. I want my kids to be able to have those moments with their kids. Being a scientist, I'm worried about climate change in so many different ways for my kids. From the second you have a child, you want to do everything to protect them. I think our action on climate change is no different. It's just an extension of being a mom.
A few minutes before tip-off here at Champlin Park as we get ready for Osseo and Champlin Park high school boys basketball. Let's look at our starting lineup for tonight. Starting with the Osseo Orioles, 9-9 overall, 6-5 in the Northwest Suburban Conference. Their forwards, Temi Otoyenabo and Aaron Smith, 6'4 sophomore and 6'8 junior respectively. Damari Larkins, a 5'11 junior. Temi Donato, a 5'9 junior. And Ty Swanson, a 5'10" junior, so all underclassmen for the Orioles. For Champlin Park, Tanner Hansen, a 6'5" senior. The guards, Mason Tilkey, a 6'1" senior. Amory Peterson, a 6'3" junior. Joe Cummings, 6'1" senior. And Luke Graff, a 6'3" junior. Coaches for tonight's game. Tim Tyson now in his 21st season as head coach of Osseo. And for Champlin Park, a Champlin Park grad, just 2016. Aaron Klepner in his second year as head coach of the Rebels. You coached against Coach Tyson, and you're on Armstrong's staff, one of the great coaches, and Aaron Klepner really enjoying and doing a good job in his second year here at CP.
Yeah, quite the contrast here in experience, but should be a good one tonight.
We'll take one more time out. We'll come back and tip this one off. Rebels and the Orioles next.
I'm a first-generation Filipino American. You don't always feel you're a part of the country you live in. It's this weird middle space sometimes that you have to live inside of. But when you meet others that are also living in that space, you'll learn to know that it's its own unique space too.
Get it, slip it, cuff it, check it. High blood pressure silently affects millions of Americans. Staying on top of your blood pressure is as simple as these 4 easy steps. Self-monitoring is power. Visit manageyourbp.org to learn more.
STEM is precise, no margin for error.
Dare to forget that. Dare to have fun with it. Get weird with it. Dare to send those old STEM theories flying past the neighbor's house into outer space. Dare to program something internet-breaking, record-breaking. Dare to blow their minds. Dare to learn the difference between sedimentary and metamorphic rock. Go find those rocks. Dare to keep daring. Dare to STEM. Check out She Can STEM to get started.
I taught for 20 years, but I started forgetting my lectures. Eventually, he had to quit. My therapist recommended we go to the doctor. The early Alzheimer's diagnosis allowed us to take control of the situation. He's been such a positive force and so loving. Thank you. You're welcome.
If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
The family's visit to the forest inspired a beautiful question. Mother, mother, am I a tree? You tell me to stand tall. You tell me to stay rooted. I think I am a tree. My child, of course you are. But what kind of tree will you be? The kind to hug or the kind to climb? Doesn't matter which you choose, so long as you choose to be a tree that's kind.
Make the forest part of your story at a park near you. Find one at discovertheforest.org.
We're about set for tip-off here. Osseo Champlin Park, boys basketball. John Jacobson, Bart Henniger here on CCX. We welcome our Quad Cities television viewers joining us tonight as well for this one. Champlin Park 5-10 overall, 4-6 in the Northwest Suburban Conference. A team that I think has the capability of winning more games, have some problems sometimes finishing at the basket, and you need those finishers too, right?
Yeah, absolutely, and that's going to be a key for them tonight, along with trying to control the pace of play tonight. Coach Klepner talked about he does not want to get into a running game with Osseo. Even with Trey Smith out, they know that the guards for Osseo are going to be picking up and putting a lot of pressure, so they want to slow the pace of the game down, limit the opportunities that Osseo can get in conversion.
Otoyinbo and Hansen to tip off here tonight. Teams met just once last season, and a big win for Osseo. It was a terrific Osseo team last year. Lost to Park Center in the section final, over 20 wins. A 30-point win for the Orioles in 2022. Well, a closer game here tonight, I expect, as Osseo gets the first possession. Damari Larkins.
And that's Coach Klepner told us right off the bat that they were going to mix up their defenses, starting in a little 2-1-2, 2-3 zone. Kind of slow down Osseo right off the bat.
Donato's pass gets tipped. Turnover. And Champlin Park has its first possession of the night. They work the perimeter. Joe Cummings into the paint, pulls it up, and then back out on the pass to Emery Peterson. Bounce pass inside, a double team on Hansen. He threw it away. Osseo's pressure forcing the turnover. Swanson lost control of it a little bit, but gets fouled going up, and he'll go to the line to shoot two.
A really good offensive possession up until that little turnover there at the end for Champlin Park. They were very controlled, taking their time, but then a deflection, and this is what Osseo is looking to do tonight, is any deflections, get down the court quickly and try and score quickly.
Swanson doesn't get to the line a lot, just 7 of 13 from the line, so just over 50%, but not a lot of opportunities for him. Some question at the scorer's table about something, Bart. I see two officials over there right now, and I'm not sure what. It can't be a clock issue, I wouldn't think.
The only thing I can think of is wrong number in the book, which would not be good for Champlin if that's on them.
Result in a technical foul.
Yes.
We'll see. We don't know which team it is. It's if that's even the air.
Right.
Well, an auspicious start to tonight's game. I'm going to sort this out for a couple more minutes. Both coaches have come over now.
I can't imagine after 21 years of doing that, Coach Tyson didn't put the names in the scorebook. Well, we got a break. Talking to Coach Tyson before the game, I didn't realize this, but next year in conference, they're playing every team just once next year. Yeah. So there's no split, and so I did not know that before tonight.
You got to come up with extra non-conference games now.
Right.
Same situation for the girls, too. And when you got to fill out a 26-game schedule, now you've got to come up with, that's half your schedule you've got to come up with.
Yep. It's too bad, too, just because, and I get it. I mean, there's, you got the two separate conferences, or same conference, but two different divisions. And, some years you got one that's a little weaker than the other. And so if you're just playing everybody once, but I always, this is some great basketball that you see in this conference. And for them to only get to play one time, that's too bad.
This is a long discussion.
I don't have a lot of stories in my back pocket.
Getting back to the conference scheduling, I think they also have the option to schedule up to 3 or 4 games, a second game against an opponent if they so choose, so that you don't have, so every team wouldn't necessarily have to schedule out 3 13 non-conference games.
Yeah, that helps a ton. I remember when I was coaching Minnetonka, the girls, and when our conference dropped to, would we have 5 teams in the conference?
Right.
Trying to get that many non-conference games was, it was a pain. So I know that that's a nice option to have, that you can play somebody else a couple of times. And
so Tim Tyson's got a little animated a moment ago, so with nobody at the free throw line, this looks like a technical. No, that's for Champlin Park, sorry. There's something on the Rebels. Swanson missing the first free throw.
Yeah, I'm confused. I don't.
Second one's good, so it's about at his average.
Okay, so I thought Champlin was going to shoot. See, that's what I thought when they pulled, because Swanson was shooting for the foul. Right, yeah. So now this is the technical on Osseo.
And so they send Luke Graff to the line. So it has to be a scorebook error of some sort. And Graff misses the first one. They get one more.
All that standing around like kids get cold and.
Well, we're tied at 1. Possession will go at half court to Champlin Park.
All right, let's play some basketball here.
Right. No, we still got to score his question. Come on.
I told you I can't be up past 9:30. That's just
well, if you have to bow it at halftime, I'll carry the second half.
Maybe a quick cap now.
Osseo has also been assigned a team foul with the technical, which counts toward the 7 to go to the 1-and-1. All right, back to more basketball. Peterson, one dribble, handoff, touched by Swanson, and Graff picks up the dribble in the backcourt. This is Thielke, Mason Thielke, one of the captains. He'll back it out on the dribble. And his pass for Peterson missed the mark. So a couple of turnovers for Champlin Park on their first 2 possessions.
Definitely what Osseo wanted to do, putting a ton of pressure. Coach Tyson said that he was going to also pick up full court, mix it up between man-to-man and a 2-2-1. And their pressure has given them a couple of turnovers right off the bat.
Timmy Donato out high between the circles. Throws left side for Larkins. Back out to Donato. One dribble. Baseline to Smith. Skip pass across. Good ball moving here for Osseo, and Swanson will put up a 3. Now good tip. Follow-up is up and in. Coaching the Inwell, the 6'4" sophomore. It's the first field goal of the night.
Tough to box out of a zone. That's going to be a key for Champlin Park.
A little token pressure for Osseo on the inbound. On the back out as Rebels get it to the front court. Whistle and the foul on the floor on Osseo. Yimbo will pick up the foul. Thielke will take it back from Peterson. Now it's Graff back to Thielke. He'll attack the basket. Larkin's got a piece of that, and Osseo's got it back. On the run, driving the hole and scoring is Larkins. Their second leading scorer behind Trey Smith, averaging over 15 a game. That's 5-1 Osseo.
They're not going to get one kid to step up and score 17, so they're going to need, by committee, Larkins second leading scorer. Couple more, and same through for the other starters to just get another basket.
We have a block by Larkins, and at the other end, number one's going to finish. Let's fall on Donato. He went for the steal at midcourt. Just kept in bounds by Graff, gathers himself, misses on the three, and rebounded by Aaron Smith. And then we're going to get a foul on Amory Peterson.
It's a great job by Swanson. He kind of did a flyby on the closeout, but he had the presence of mind to turn and affected Graff's shot. Didn't give Graff a clean look.
We get an early timeout here for Champlin Park as Sharon Klepner not liking his offensive sequences so far.
Yeah, good call. I think what they need to do, you've got Luke Graff, that's your leading scorer, probably best player. You need to get him touches, try to have him create some offense, get a shot, some clean look, and get some touches so that he gets comfortable going against this pressure and then can do some things to create for his teammates.
We talked about him in the pregame, but there in the black jacket, that's Trey Smith. A good game against Maple Grove in that win at Maple Grove a week ago Monday, and then in the Oak River game, hurt his hand, later diagnosed as a fracture, so he's out for the season, and that's tough, certainly, first of all, for that young man, but for this Osseo team.
Yeah, and this is, again, talking to Coach Tyson before the game, he talked about this is, like starting over almost. I mean, you lose significant player like Trey Smith, and now they have to kind of find their way again. So it's almost like you're coming into the first game because you just have a new nucleus, a new group. It's going to have some different substitutions, and so they're going to have to find their way a little bit, and that's why the defense is going to be huge for them tonight.
Larkins gets a screen, now gives it up. Swanson will go down low. Aaron Smith up and in. Molly Kamara, 6'6" senior, number 20, has come in for Osseo, but Smith able to score over him.
Yeah, Smith gets that low as you see another turnover on Champlin Park. If Smith gets the ball that low, he's going to be tough to stop.
So Rebels give it up yet again. Osseo already leading 7-1. Donato over to Larkins. He'll lob it down low and too high on the pass intended for Otanyembo. Tilke front court for the Rebels. Trying to get it to Graff, another turnover. Otanyembo attacking, shot not good. No, we get a foul whistled on Tilke. Oh, and then not quite a swing, but a little bit of physical play after the whistle, yes. And everything seems to be settled down. So Donato to the line, rather, for two here. Tilke is his first. Free throw good. Donato averaging just over 5 points a game, and as you mentioned, Bart, not one player is going to get that, make up that 17 points. You get spread it around, Donato being one of them. Try to make up the lost points. There we go on the basket finally for Champlin Park.
Great pass.
Kamara with the hoop.
That'll help you take some pressure off that.
Aaron Smith, cross. Donato attacking. Oh, nice little move, couldn't finish. Smith and a lot of traffic around and in. A nice touch around the basket. A couple of field goals already for Aaron Smith. 10-3. Osseo. Kamara front court. Hands it off. That's Jevin Kiros, Jr., number 2, into the lineup. And he turns it over. Ahead again, a little lob, not good. Larkins follows and scores.
That pressure just really bugging Champlin Park and making it really difficult.
And
as you
another
see
turnover. Swanson to the basket and scores. And he's fouled. My goodness.
This is definitely how Osseo wanted to start the game without Trey. They've done a great job of and not really putting so much pressure on that they're fouling or flying through passing lanes, just a real controlled pressure and getting deflections and steals out of it.
Jerome Williams and Alvin Jones in for Osseo. Swanson missing on the free throw and rebounded by Graff. 14-3, Orioles 5 minutes into the game. Now Javon Quiros to the front court. On the pass to Cummings. Tilke, long two with Williams jumping out at him. Ball tipped out of bounds off Osseo. Preston Tilke, the younger brother of Mason, in for his brother here. Number 5, sophomore. And another turnover. Pass intended for Graff out.
Just
was it about 8 turnovers?
And that's a tough one just because it's an unforced one. Just rushing the pass a little bit. Two guys coming close together and throws a little too hard. And
you saw Jerome Williams on that inbound. He's one of the trio that we talked about of big men in our pregame, along with Bryce Hawthorne and Aaron Smith. That they count on between the three of them double-digit points and rebounds, right?
Yes.
10 and a 15 maybe, or
yeah. Coach Tyson was talking about them, the three of them, trying to get 15 points, 10 rebounds out of the three of them.
Swanson to Jones, back out high to Swanson. Nothing forced here for Osseo. Looking inside to Williams, and then just back it back out. Larkins double teamed at the free throw line. Now, this is one thing that next year, Bart, won't happen because you have a 35-second shot clock come in. Williams, nice little move, able to score.
Yeah, great use of the reverse layup, using his body to protect. He's going to the University of Minnesota for football.
Yep.
Nice to have that coming off the bench for you.
Moves well for a big man.
Yes.
Offensive tackle in football. Tilke and his pass off the hands of Quiros and out.
You know, when Champlin's been able to get into their zone, it has slowed them down. It has really done what it's supposed to. It's just that too many turnovers have given Osseo the lead. But you watch here, they've done a good job, Champlin, of slowing Osseo and not giving up that quick shot, and there you get a turnover.
And that one through the hands of Williams and out of bounds. So Osseo with a rare turnover early here. Graff out briefly, he's back in for the Rebels. Peterson bringing it up against Jones. Vinian Makinen in it 2 whistles ago for Osseo, number 20. Graff looking at the basket. Can shoot from outside and is going to penetrate and pass it off. Peterson's 3, short. And the rebound off of Champlin Park. I don't know if that was really off the Rebels or Larkin certainly sold it that way, right?
That's half the battle, yeah.
Look at it again. Oh, no, I don't know. It's close between he and Hansen.
Well, Larkins did a good job selling it anyway.
Swanson down to Williams, finds him in again. Trying the reverse, that one won't go. Hansen rebounds for Champlin Park. Graff had to give it up to Tilke. And back out high it comes to Parrish Wallace, number 1. Now Peterson. And Williams reached in and made the foul here. Team fouls even at 4 apiece. First foul on Jerome Williams tonight. Just over 10 minutes to play here in the first half. And it has been all Osseo. Graff. Jones really aggressive defending him. I think Alvin Jones, the energy he brings off the bench. Not a big scorer for them. Can score, but he just one of those high energy guys. You love players like that, right?
Yes, absolutely. And just a pest on defense. He is, look at that, just active. Hands are always moving. Oh, nice
down low,
slip.
Hansen scores. Good pass by Graff.
Very nice slip, and that's one of the things that you got to do against pressure. Backdoor cuts and slips when you come into screen. Recognize that, gets the easy 2.
Jones will put up the 3, not good. Good possession on the on the inbound for Wallace, who gets the rebound. Peterson. Lost the handle on it, and Swanson couldn't get it. Right back to Champlin Park. Tough shot for Graff, won't go, and rebounded by Williams.
Just not a lot of flow for Champlin right now. They're just a little too fast. They just need to slow it down. Nice.
Steal here for the Rebels. They've got numbers. Graff will take it all the way himself. Whistle, and we're going to get a foul, I believe, on Swanson. Look at it again.
Good deflection, and then Luke just trying to slide by the defender. Can't get the basket to go, but get him to the free throw line, and hopefully that'll get him started for Champlin.
.5 points a game. It's his second point tonight. Bryce Hawthorne, the third member of that trinity of big men, in for the Orioles. Donato, number 3, also back in for Osseo. Let's look at Hawthorne. We play next year at South Dakota State, national champion.
Yeah, that hurts. I'm an NDSU guy, so that one hurts. Of course, they've only got 10 more to go to catch us in national championships, but best of luck to you, Bryce.
Donato, one dribble off to Larkins. Skip pass across. McKinnon will go baseline and goes back out, and it's stolen. This is Mason Tilke to the basket. Oh, and it comes up short. Rebounded by Jones. Larkins the other way. He'll attack. Now throw the pass to the quarter. McAdin, nice little shot fake. It comes back out, and Osseo reset. Larkins will back it out. Into the hands of Timmy Donato. Donato lobbing it down for Hawthorne to the corner. McAdin for 3. That was a great possession for Osseo.
Ball barely touched the floor. Nice inside out. No better 3 than an inside out 3. Great pass from Hawthorne out to Jones.
Larkins going for the steal, instead commits the foul. Camaro, Quiros, and Cummings all in for Champlin Park, back in at that whistle. (19-7). Champlin Park trying to chip at the lead, and Hawthorne from behind reaches in, commits the foul.
Nice thing about those three big guys, you got 15 fouls.
Right. That is the 7th team foul on Osseo for the half now, with 8:04 to go and 8:03 in Champlin Park in the bonus the rest of the way here. Kamara to the line. Won't get the second one though, but rebound down to Mason Tilkey. So the Rebels keep possession. Heroes to the corner. Cummings back to Tilkey, trying to go inside off Kamara's hands. And footwork inside, not good. Follow-up in for Mason Tilkey. His first basket tonight.
Just an all-around great job in there. He put the ball on the floor and attacked it. Got a nice pass. They couldn't finish, but Tilkey right there to clean it up.
Three ball comes up short for Jones. Larkins gets it back out to Jones. Larkins and into Donato's hands. Larkins takes the three, backs it out. Donato step through and get a foul on the Rebels. That'll be the 5th team foul on Champlin Park. Foul against Cummings is his first. Omotoyinbo and Swanson back in for Osseo. Man, Sammy Omotoyinbo missed. Donato rebounded, and then a takeaway by Tilkey. Took it right away from Omotoyinbo, and then he committed a foul. And back to the free throw line goes Champlin Park in the 1-and-1. Tilkey averages 8.4 points, 4.5 rebounds a game. First time at the line tonight. He does not get the bonus. Comes out. Hawthorne rebounds. Just over 7 minutes to play here in the first half. 19-9. Osseo. Swanson for three. Off the back iron. Rebounded by Cummings. Graff will get it back to Tilkey. Quiros baseline drive to the corner to Cummings. Hand off, and we're going to steal here for Donato. Tilkey able to get it back and gets timeout. I thought it was going to be a turnover, but good hustle by Tilkey to get the ball back and gets the timeout.
Very good. Well, after a really slow start for Champlin, they've started to look a little bit more comfortable on offense, getting a little bit more flow, getting some decent looks. They just got to continue to understand where that pressure is coming from. Backdoor cuts, slip cuts. Try to relieve some of that pressure. I'd like to see them too, maybe if one of the bigs for Osseo is have whoever's guarding, getting guarded by one of the bigs, come out and set a ball screen and make those guys have to guard, maybe get some switches and take advantage of that, just to help relieve some of that pressure that we've seen.
Champlin Park has used 2 timeouts here in the first half. They trail it by 10. 6.5 minutes to play. Nice drive to the basket and the finish by Javon Quiros.
Nice job by Joe Cummings to kind of clear out his defender to give that lane.
McAdoo to Donato and back. A lot of traffic and then a kick out on the pass to Swanson. It's inside for McAdoo, back out. Donato, Swanson, baseline. Aaron Smith back in for the Orioles. Otoyinbo and to Donato. Donato attack, back out. Swanson, but defended well by Quiros. Didn't leave Swanson open for a three there. McAdoo, though, has a little bit of an opening, puts up a good shot, but missed. Tilkey rebounds.
That's the kind of possession that Champlin Park wants right there. Deliberate, keep them off the glass, no second shots.
Kamara misses the shot, but he's fouled, and he'll go to the line for 2. Well, then Aaron Smith his first.
This is the way for Champlin to, crawl their way back into the game. Just stops on defense, be deliberate, slow them down, don't let second shots, and then on the offensive end, run when you can. Otherwise, set it up, and they're been in the bonus since 8 minutes, so just get to the free throw line. Got to make your free throws.
Make your free throws, right. Graf's 3 out of 4. Yeah, and the rest of the team right now 0 for 3. Larkins back in for Osseo, number 1. Second one for Kamara is in. 19-12. Larkins down the lane, back out. Swanson deep 3. Not good. Rebound underneath. Oh, and unable to finish. Ocho Yinabo had a good look, but couldn't finish at the rim. Cummings drives baseline on Smith. Not good. Larkins rebounds. Ryan Larkins will push it ahead. He'll attack the basket and score.
Yeah, that's a great job by Larkins. As that second leading scorer, he's been really unselfish, but I think he needs to look to score more, and that'll open up things for his teammates.
Offensive foul on Mason Tilke, kind of lowering his shoulder into Smith, trying to get the call. Instead, he's whistled for a foul. That'll be his second. And he'll come out. And again, it'll be his brother Preston that comes in for him. Nope. They're both going to stay on the floor. It'll be Cummings out. Inside of 5 minutes to play here. First half, Swanson a little floater that stays in. Swanson with 5 points.
Yeah, Swanson did a nice job. He set a high ball screen for Larkins and then just kind of slipped into the opening. Nice steal by Larkins.
To the basket, and we'll get a foul on Tilke going for the block. Commits the foul. I think that's a situation you got to let it go, because now that's your third foul.
Yes.
And you're going to be out the rest of the half.
Yeah, I agree with you.
It's cool if you're able to block it, but look at it again. Larkins coming in. It's a steal. You get a lot of ball there. I will say I didn't see a lot of arm there in Mason Tilke's defense, but sometimes it's just what it looks like, right, to the referee.
Yep, absolutely. They don't get the luxury of replay.
One more look, Bart.
Ooh,
yeah, that was all ball and backboard. Second one short and out of bounds off of Aaron Smith.
Yeah, that's a tough one to get your third on. That's too bad. (24-12). Osseo back up to a double-digit lead after Champlin Parker has gotten as close as 7. Another turnover for the Rebels. Just do not want to leave your feet, especially in the backcourt like that, where most guys are running with their head looking the other way.
Larkins cross to Donato. Swanson through a double team. Donato. To Yinbo and back out to Donato. Larkins out high. Under 4 to go in the half. To Yinbo put up the 3, missed. Smith rebounds, but committed the foul. Over the back of Preston Tilke. Aaron Smith's second. Osseo now with a double bonus, and these will be 2 free throws at the other end for Preston Tilke.
That's just been one of the few negatives for Osseo tonight, is that they keep fouling and stop the clock, give Champlin a chance to chip away at the lead, except Champlin can't make the free throws.
Williams back in, replacing Smith.
I'll give the announcer jinx to you for the free throws. That's
I'm not really laughing at Preston Tilke, but just that
rough night from the free throw line.
It has been. This is his first time there. So we stay at 24-12. Swanson. Skip pass left corner. Drive back out. But Larkins wanted the 3. Moves inside the 2-point line. Tough shot, not good. And the Rebels rebound. Graff will hand it off to Quiros.
In that last possession, that's where I would have liked Larkins to take that 3. I felt like that was a better shot than the put it on the floor.
That's a tough 2.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, contested 2. I mean, he had a good look at the 3. Take that one.
Mackinnon, number 20, back in for Osseo. Quiros lobbing it into the hands of Peterson.
There you go. I like that. Get the big man out. Ball screen and
Quiros 3.
Get a nice looking 3. Make the big man have to come out and guard, and if they switch, then you have a mismatch either on the perimeter or inside.
24-15. 2:40 to go in the half. Swanson's a Jerome Williams on the block. Pass got deflected, but he gets it back. Swanson, one dribble and into the hands of Larkins. Back out high to Larkins. Wow. Down low to Jerome Williams. Great pass. Follow up, it's good.
That was a phenomenal pass.
Yes, it was. Williams ready for it. And got his own rebound and puts it in. He's got 2 baskets tonight. Preston Tilke, under 2 minutes to go now in the half. Shovels off to Peterson. Peterson, another captain for this Rebels team. Thought about the 3. Hands it off to Preston Tilke. Baseline. Fake. Another pass to the corner and a good 3 by Preston Tilke. That was one of the Champlin Bart's better possessions tonight, I thought.
No question. And I thought that the first look at the 3 was a good shot, but then kicked it out to Tilke and another wide open 3. Larkins.
Larkins attacking. Gets fouled by Kamara, and he'll go to the line for 2.
He's just got such a great burst, man. He gets another gear.
Right, and as a defender, you're always like a half second late, right?
Yes.
At least.
Just a nice hesitation where you think he's slowing up, and then boom, he just explodes.
Tim Tyson, you can see in the background, gathered the rest of his starting 5 in for a quick talk during that first free throw, which Larkins hits.
Tyson just wants camera time. That's all it is.
Second one also good. Larkins with 9 points to lead all scorers. To a 10-point game. And double-digit lead for Osseo for much of this half. Quiros off to Graff. Graff gives it up, pass to the corner, and Kamara cut off on the baseline, or excuse me, Kiros, and Kiros' shot gets blocked. Thought he got fouled. Blocked out of bounds by Osseo.
Just not going to be able to penetrate off of the initial offensive set. You're going to have to couple reversals or something like that where they gamble. Then you can put it on the floor and beat them.
Kiros' floater not good. Graff there gets the offensive rebound and scores. 8-point game, 40 seconds to play in the first half. Swanson. From Larkins back to Swanson. Looking like they'll take this one down to the buzzer unless they can get a good inside look, but they're not really looking that way right now. 15 seconds. Swanson calling for some movement. Skip pass across to Nato. Free throw line shot short. Makinen in some traffic. Can't get it to go, and that is the end of the first half. Champlin Park scored the first point of the game. It's been almost all Osseo since. But Champlin Park does get it under 10 by halftime, Bart, 28-20.
I was going to say that if you're Champlin Park, you are happy to being down 8 at halftime with how many double-digit turnovers and how many free throws you missed. So you've got to be somewhat happy. Obviously not happy with the way you played, but you know down 8, you got a chance to get back into it in the second half.
Time for a halftime timeout here on CCX. Our score, Osseo 28, Champlin Park 20. More basketball on CCX after this.
I am so glad you ladies are here. You each have your own rooms. Thank you. Go.
Is it okay to call you Mom?
Of course you can.
Mom was always very self-sufficient, but we started noticing things were off.
I was forgetting my responsibilities at work.
I told Mom we should visit.
I am so glad you ladies are here. You each have your own rooms. Thank you. Go.
Is it okay to call you Mom?
Of course you can.
Mom was always very self-sufficient, but we started noticing things were off.
I was forgetting my responsibilities at work.
I told Mom we should visit a doctor.
Alzheimer's. It was hard to hear that.
Early detection gave us time to seek information and support as a family. I've never felt more connected with Mom.
If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
As a scientist, I know by the time she takes her first breath, 9 billion more tons of carbon pollution will be in the air. When she takes her first steps, wildfires will have burned millions more acres she could have explored. By the time a child born today goes to college, it may be too late to leave them the world we promised. Our window to act on climate change is like watching them grow up. We blink and we miss.
Owen, when you came into my life, it was a whirlwind.
I just can't do it.
We didn't know what the future would hold, but we knew you would always be a part of it. Adopting you was the best decision in our life. And I am so proud to call you my son.
To Sofia and Gabriel. Even though these old knees can't follow on your adventure to the forest today, these flowers represent my love. These stitches and threads join us together. And wherever you see a flower, a bird, a beautiful tree, know that my love is with you.
Make the forest part of your story at a park near you. Find one at discovertheforest.org.
I taught for 20 years, but I started forgetting my lectures. Eventually, he had to quit. My therapist recommended we go to the doctor.
The early Alzheimer's diagnosis allowed us to take control of the situation.
He's been such a positive force and so loving. Thank you. You're welcome.
If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
Halftime at Champlin Park High School. Osseo 28, Champlin Park 20. Northwest Suburban Conference boys basketball tonight. As we look at highlights from the first 18 minutes of play, and a lot of Osseo, really most of the half, but especially early, they built a quick lead in a hurry. 16-3 at one point. And doing it on both ends of the floor, as you see, Larkins the block and able to finish at the other end.
Yeah, great defensive pressure by Osseo helped them build that lead up.
Aaron Smith with that basket. Good pass there to Kabara, able to score off the pass from Quiros. Down low, Hansen with the basket for Champlin Park. McAdin draining the three and the assist from Hawthorne. Finished by Quiros at the rim for Champlin Park. And then able to knock down a three. Got a couple of baskets tonight for the Rebels. Good ball movement there for Champlin Park, resulting in another three-point basket for Preston Tilkey. Let's look at the top scorers tonight. Larkins with 9 for Champlin, for Osseo, and then Ty Swanson with 5. Williams and Smith 4 points apiece. 5 points leads the way for Champlin Park. Quiros and Graff each with 5. Preston Tilkey and Kamara 3 points each. Not a lot of points total, Bart, in the game. 28-20 our score.
Yeah, and I think for Champlin Park, Graff's got to be a little bit more assertive for them. Leading scorer, he's got to try and find different ways to get to the free throw line, get some open threes, but he's going to need to step up here in the second half.
Take another timeout. We'll come back. Second half coming your way. Orioles and Rebels next.
Honey, what I think you need is a socket wrench.
I played JV basketball.
I'm sorry. I don't think it looks right.
This is good, and it's all good, baby.
Is it really all good?
If you love me enough to routinely test your handyman skills, not to mention the strength of your marriage, then of course you'll visit nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat to make sure I'm in the right car seat.
I'm gonna call my dad.
Owen, When you came into my life, it was a whirlwind.
I just can't do it.
We didn't know what the future would hold, but we knew you would always be a part of it. Adopting you was the best decision in our life. And I am so proud to call you my son.
Victor deployed for the first time to Afghanistan in 2003. He sustained a moderate traumatic brain injury. Basically, he had to relearn everything. One of the most important elements of caregiving is taking care of yourself. We have our own journey, and we can fulfill that journey at the same time that we are helping our loved one.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for a free military veterans guide to navigate your caregiving journey.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff, like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat.
We are underway in the second half. So for Champlin Park, what? No turnovers, fewer turnovers, right? That's got to be the number one thing. And
hit free throws.
And again, like you said, they played horrible at times, but only down by 8. You know, they did enough good things. They didn't panic and able to get back into the game. Missed shot there on the opening possession for Mason Tilke, though, and back comes Osseo on that pass, out of bounds, but tipped by the Rebels. Still Orioles possession. For Osseo, what do you want to see in the second half?
More of the same. I think, with Trey Smith not able to play, they're still trying to find their identity on offense, and going against the zone, that's hard to do. But pressure on defense to create offense, and then just against the zone, move the ball, side to side, get ball reversals, get touches on the inside and kick it out for open threes, and attack the basket when you can.
Donato to Larkins. Behind the back to Swanson in the corner for 3.
Good way to start.
Just 2 made 3-pointers for Osseo in the game. Swanson and McAdin. Their lead is 11.
Nice
Tilke,
pass.
nice job down low. Hansen can't finish. Smith had something to do with that and gets the rebound for Osseo. To Yinabo in some traffic, goes back out to Swanson from 15. Back iron not good. Tilke rebounds for Champlin Park. Peterson in the front court. Hands off to Graff. Trying to go back down low to Peterson. Knocked out of bounds by Swanson.
That last possession for Champlin Park, great possession. You just didn't get the result that you were looking for, but that's the type of things that they want to do here in the second half.
Graff.
Nice
good job to
pass
up the jumper and finds his player inside, Hansen, for an easy 2.
And that's talking about that screen and roll. Try and get their Osseo's big man out to have to guard those pick and roll situations, and you can end up with some good looks like that.
Smith's pass into the hands of Larkins. And Timmy Donato with it. Go to Yinbo and back to Donato. He'll drive, back out to the wing. Into Swanson, all the way to the corner to Larkins. Smith on the block. Go to Yinbo, had to go through his hands, throws it back in bounds, and they save the possession. Swanson. Now we get the 3 from Donato around and out. Rebound to Graff. Peterson to Graff. Lost it, and here comes Osseo the other way. 3-on-1. Donato lays it in.
Just good hands by Donato. Graff got by him, was able to poke the ball out and turn it into a transition basket.
11-point lead again for Osseo. Double team quick on Peterson. Back out of it. Off to Tilke. And to drive on Donato. Almost getting the steal was Larkins as he came in. Cummings missed long on a three, but rebounded by Peterson. Tilke, the baseline on Smith, ran into a wall there, right? And then traveling whistled against Peterson. Jones in for Osseo and Kiros for Champlin Park. Swanson able to get it off on the pass. Here's Jones. Swanson, corner three again. Hit a couple here early in the second half.
Yeah, he's got both those off of just a quick underneath cut and an attack to the middle by the guard, and just he slides into that opening. And easy three-pointer for him.
Ball all over the place, and finally we get a foul on the floor against Osseo. Look at that last three, Bart.
So yeah, there you see Larkins just by that quick 1-2 dribble penetration there. Gives Swanson time to spot up in the corner, and Larkins does a great job finding open guys.
Following Larkins is his second. Nobody on Osseo with more than 2 fouls. Mason Tilke has 3 for Champlin Park. A couple other guys with 2. Here's Kamara. Oh, tough move around Smith. Somehow I got the shot off and didn't go in.
That was impressive in itself, just to get that shot off.
Another 3 from Swanson. This one well short, though, and out of bounds off the hands of Smith.
You know what that is. That's a heat check right there. He's hit 2 in a row. I'm feeling it right now. I'm going to see if I can keep this thing going.
Smith out and Williams back in for Osseo. Champlin Park's got to find offense somewhere. It's been tough to come by tonight.
It really has, and that's a credit to Osseo's pressure.
Now you get it to Kamara, who got behind Williams and scores.
And that will help relieve some of that pressure. You gotta, when you get those opportunities, you gotta attack the basket and you gotta finish.
But just their second basket in the first 5 minutes of the half. Here's Jones. And gives it to Larkins. Jones. Couple of dribbles. Mackinnon into Swanson. Skip pass across. Jones open 3. The lefty drains it.
They've done a really good job of seeing that tonight. They just haven't gotten the result. That's the one time that they have, and that needs to continue as
Graff was out of bounds. Yeah. Mason Tilke and Parrish Wallace in for Champlin Park.
So you see, Swanson just taking a look, and he's got that wide open reversal, skip pass over the top for an easy 3.
The biggest lead of the night for Osseo. Williams, he had a chance to add to it from the free throw line as he's fouled.
You see what happens to Champlin Park zone when they hit a couple of threes. Is now they have to extend out, and that leaves it open for inside action.
Williams missing on the free throw. Averages about 4 points a game, 4 rebounds a game. Played in the high school all-star football game back in December. Makes the second one. 5 points tonight for Jerome Williams. 16-point lead for Osseo. Almost a steal in the backcourt, but Kiros able to hang on to it. Osseo guards really defend well.
Yeah, you see where Champlin Park is starting their offense. They're out by that 10-foot line in volleyball, and that's not where you want to start your offense.
Mason Tilkey launch a long three and hit. His second basket tonight. He averages over 8 a game, I mentioned in the first half. Got 5 so far tonight. 40-27.
And I was wondering when Champlin Park was going to switch it up, being down. They are now going man-to-man.
Corner three ball missed badly by Larkins, and the foul underneath. They get the offensive rebound. And Champs 4 points at the line. William Kula, number 21 for Osseo, making his first appearance tonight. Will go to the line to shoot 2.
Not only did he do a great job getting the offensive rebound, but drawing the contact to get him the foul and put him at the free throw line.
Cool, 6'2" senior. First one spins out. Second one is good. .4 lead. Cool with the pressure in the backcourt. Peterson up the sideline in some trouble, and we'll get a foul on Osseo. Mackinnon thought he was playing pretty good D and gets whistled for a foul.
I still have in my head my JV coaches yelling at me going, don't fight pressure, don't fight pressure. If you got an open guy, get rid of it. Don't fight it.
Tilkey will hand off. Wallace. And out high to Peterson. Peterson, nice pass to Kamara. Can't finish, but he's fouled by Williams, and he'll shoot 2.
See here in the second half, Champlin Park with much more comfort in their half-court offense now that they're, getting it moved in. Every once in a while, they'll still have a little trouble with the pressure, but they need more plays like that. Just some pick-and-roll type things and make your free throws.
4 of 10 in the first half from the free throw line for Champlin Park. That's their first attempt here in the second. And Kamara gets 1 out of 2. Ball tapped, though, by Mason Tilkey out to Kamara. And so Champlin Park will get another shot at a deep three. Oh, Tilkey's hit a couple of big threes here. And the lead down to 10 at 41-31. Was 16 a few minutes ago.
Got to have guys making plays, and Mason Tilkey right now doing that for Champlin Park.
Well, I said, where's the offense going to come from if they can get some threes like that? Mackinnon 3. Not good. Rebounded by Graff. There's Peterson with under 10 minutes to play. Step back 3 for the big man. Not good. Ball to the corner, and a good job by Donato shielding Wallace away from the ball to try to keep it in for the Rebels. The last three-pointer for Champlin Park. He's out there.
Yeah.
That's a long 3.
Well, and you like to see kids rewarded. I mean, he's the one that tipped it out on the offensive rebound and spots up, and they find him for the easy 3. Not easy, but for him.
Easy for him.
Yeah.
Ball kicked by Champlin Park, and Osseo will throw it in from the baseline. Ty Swanson with 11 points to lead Osseo tonight. Maury Larkins with 9. Contributions from a lot of different guys in the scorebook. And including 2 right there. Otiniembo with his second basket tonight. 12-point game. Peterson to Graff.
And this is where you see how far out they are. You want to. That's when you want a backdoor cut.
Walsh missed on a 3 ball, tipped by Tilke, but right to Mackin and Osseo. Donato on the run. Swanson.
Good decision.
Yeah, could have put up a quick 3 and decides instead with Wallace closing on him to back it out. Donato. To Ian Bowen, back to Swanson. Left corner, Tilke on Ian Bowen, now Swanson. And again, not to belabor the point, but this is the possession that won't happen in 2024 with the shot clock around in Minnesota. It's already in place in the Lake Conference in their conference games. Drive, a lot of traffic. Swanson out of bounds. No foul, but it is Osseo's basketball still. Preston Tilke in to replace Amory Peterson.
So good drive down there, just really good defense. Getting the block shot.
Donato down to the block. Hawthorne turns, not good. Gets another shot at it and scores. First basket tonight for Bryce Hawthorne.
Just so strong. I mean, that's almost unfair in a lot of ways. Just that strength is huge.
I don't know what they have for rebounds, but those 3 guys that we talked about for Osseo on the inside have combined for 11 points so far.
Yeah, and I would say probably a good 7, 8 rebounds.
Whistle a foul on the floor on Osseo. Donato picks up his second. 14 fouls on Osseo for the half and just 2 on Champlin Park. Mason Tilke, who's made a couple of 3s here in the second half, inbounding it to Wallace. Off to Preston Tilke, and he's fouled by Hawthorne. Larkins back in for Osseo. He'll replace Donato. Seven minutes, 35 seconds to go in the second half. Rebels need double-digit points and in a hurry. Tilke back out. Wallace. Right, good defense, just not allowing good shots. Graff gets one up there, not good. Tilke rebounds. He'll go back to the basket and score.
Very nice. He's been a nice spark plug here in the second half for Champlin Park.
8 of his 10 points after halftime. Larkins all the way to the basket, scores for Osseo. First basket in the second half for the junior.
And that's what he's going to have to do moving forward. Anytime the other opposing team makes a run or a big basket, he's going to have to come back and help his offense create for them.
Oh, another 3 for Mason Tilke. 47-36. And they need stops on the defensive end, too.
Yes.
Well, to Yenbo to hands of Hawthorne. One bounce pass to Mackin and now to Swanson. Larkins. Hawthorne open on the block. Turns and coming across is Preston Tilke to block it away. Now here's Graff. He'll launch a 3. Not good, and rebounded by Otiniembo. They'll hand it off to Swanson. That would have been a big one for Champlin Park to pull them within 8. As it is, it stays at 11.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I want my best shooter getting shots off, but I don't know if that was the one that they were looking for. Try and work them a little bit.
Back and then a little floater on the baseline. Missed it. Rebound by Wallace, and here comes Tilke. Attack, and gets fouled. Mackinnon with a foul.
Yeah, Thilke has really asserted himself this second half. He, hitting those threes, but now they got to come out and guard him tighter, and that gives him a little bit more room to operate and get to the basket.
Chance to get it under 10 here with 2 made free throws. Substitutions for each team there at the whistle. Smith and Hansen there, 34 and 35. Second one not good. Ball tipped into the hands. Here comes Donato out running, and then Cummings. Good job to get back defensively and cut him off.
Yeah, Champlin Park cannot give up transition baskets at this point of the game if they want to get themselves back into it.
Smith to Larkins. Swanson left wing. Tough shot by Donato, not good. Smith had a hand on the ball and rebounded by Hansen. Neville still with a shot here, down 10, under 5 to go, and a foul. And it'd be bonus time for Champlin Park. If we get a foul on Donato as he picks up his third, 7th team foul, and Luke Graff to the line for a 1-and-1. Jones in now, replacing Donato. Graff just 1 basket tonight. 3 out of 4 from the free throw line, and it's a big one there to earn the bonus.
Osseo has done a good job bottling him up for most of the night.
Second one also good. Lead is 8. Again,
Champlin Park just won't go away.
Right. Osseo led by 8 at halftime, but the Orioles up by as many as 16 early in the half. Swanson back to Jones. Under 4.5 minutes to go, and Osseo can afford to play this game, be possession, be patient on their possessions, right?
Yep.
Go to Yinbo. And at the feet of Smith with his pass, and it's a turnover for Osseo. Graff will go to the basket and score. So 6-point game.
You mentioned that it's also that tough decision as a coach. Do you want to slow things up and potentially get out of rhythm, or do you want to continue to attack and try and just stay in your normal rhythm? So tough decision here for Osseo.
A spin move now into the hands of Otinyenbo. Back to Jones, and now to Swanson. And blocking foul whistled on Champlin Park on Peterson.
Not a huge concern though right now, because that's just the 3rd team foul.
Mason Tilke back in, number 0 for Champlin Park. Swanson will inbound here.
Well, if I'm Osseo right now, I want the ball in Larkin's hands, and I want him to try and do something. Get him going downhill.
And he's got the ball in his hands here. With under 3.5 minutes to go. Osseo up 6. Larkins, hesitation, starts to attack. Smith and then to Swanson. Let the play come to them. Double team on it, thrown in the middle of the floor and a turnover, and then a foul on Smith. As he fouls Hansen, who was bringing it up court.
Champlin Park, nice job. Larkins got that ball in the corner up by the half-court line, and they were able to get a trap and a quick steal.
Donato and Makinen in for Osseo. Tanner Hansen, first time at the free throw line tonight. It's a 1-and-1 for Champlin Park. Not good. Oh, Smith can't get the rebound. It comes to Peterson and thrown into the backcourt, but tipped by Osseo. It's an over and back. Cummings will bring it up. Mason Tilkey. Swanson aggressively on him. Makinen tips it out of bounds. Cummings gonna have to hurry, gets it into Graff. Baseline, Graff backs down the smaller. Donato gets to the basket. Doesn't get the and one, but he will go to the line for 2.
That was a great recognition by Graff. Had a smaller player on him, just got into a good position, backed him down.
Valentemi Donato is his 4th. Graff will shoot 2 here. He's 5 of 6 from the free throw line tonight. This is as close as Champlin Park has been since, what, 3 minutes into the game.
Absolutely, yeah.
One more coming for the junior. (47-43) as he gets them both. 2:40 to go. Larkins will walk it up into the front court. Swanson to Smith. Makinen draws a double near midcourt and timeout by Tim Tyson. Champlin Park, they'll fired up.
Another very opportunistic trap by Champlin Park there. Osseo brought their big out to set a ball screen, and that was a great opportunity for them to trap and force the timeout.
You see some of the players in with the pink T-shirts tonight. It's a coaches versus cancer night, and before the varsity game, players from both teams with the T-shirts on, the pink T-shirts. The players wore them in warm-ups. They had a halftime shooting contest to raise more money. Cheerleaders came up and got some of our money.
Yep.
It's all good, right?
Glad to do it, yep.
Here's a look at both the Orioles and the Rebels before tonight's game. So, great event here tonight at Champlin Park. It's turned into a great basketball game, which it wasn't for a long time. As we had 2:22 to go in a 4-point game.
Well, like we alluded to at the beginning, this has got a lot of history. These two teams have a lot of history, and anytime you play, no matter what the records are, you can pretty much throw those records out because this is going to be a competitive game.
Played in section finals many times up at Rogers High School in the last decade and a half.
Some great basketball players that have come out of these two schools, and
Champlin Park can afford to be aggressive defensively, Bart. Just 3 team fouls on them.
Absolutely, yeah.
So if they don't get a steal and a reach in, it's okay. It's not going to hurt them.
Nice luxury to have late in the game.
Larkins with the ball in his hand, down to 2:10 to go, and there were one of those fouls. Cummings. Now, as the clock goes down, that can work against you, too, if you're trying to get the other team into the bonus.
Yes.
That's only 14 fouls.
Well, and like you've talked about, next year, that's not even an issue. You just play the possession out, let the 30-second clock take care of it.
Inbound to Makinen. Harkins and to Donato. Double team along the sideline. Finds Swanson all the way across to Smith and out top to Larkins. Nice job by Osseo to get away from the possession, or pressure, I should say, and keep possession. Ball knocked out of bounds. Still Osseo basketball. They work some more clock. They're down to 1:51 now. So it's 20 seconds since that last whistle.
Osseo's just got to keep things spread out. Don't bring two players where they can trap.
Larkins to Donato. Back to Larkins. Draws the double team to Smith. Wide open underneath this Swanson. That was very well played by Osseo.
Great recognition. Champlin had a little breakdown. They had 3 players coming to trap, which left a couple open and an easy layup.
Ty Swanson now with 13 points. 8 have come in the second half. Graff in traffic, can't get it to go. Had the rebound and taken away by Smith. Osseo in good position now, up 6 with the basketball with 1:05 to go. And with the ball, Makinen. We're under a minute to go, almost a steal. Swanson back out. And a foul on Champlin Park on the wing on Cummings. And now here we get into that place where Champlin Park wishes they had committed a couple of earlier fouls, because they still haven't put Osseo on the line to try to get the ball back.
Yeah.
At 5 team fouls.
And that last basket just gives Osseo a little bit more breathing room here.
Foul number 6, it's on Tilke. It's his 4th. Now it's bonus time for Osseo on the next Champlin Park foul.
Osseo still has 4 timeouts too, so if they do get into trouble, they can use one of those.
Mobbing in the backcourt to Makinen. It's away from the pressure into the front court, and then Makinen fouled by Graff. So they'll put the junior at the line for the first time tonight. And a 1-and-1 here for Osseo. Makinen with a 3 in the first half for his only points, and knocks this one down and gets the bonus. And now a 3-possession game. No problem there.
Yeah.
Knocked them both down.
I thought maybe it was a basket from the first half, but obviously not.
Rebels after her, and they need points. 40 seconds to go, trailing by 8. Tilke to Graff. Graff down the lane, puts it up, not good. Kamara fouls it up and scores. Timeout, Champlin Park.
Boy, a lot of contact
Yeah,
there.
it was.
Nothing was called, but Champlin gets the offensive rebound.
Yeah, you'd think there'd be something one way or the other there. And nothing but Kamara on the right spot to get the putback.
Worked out for Champlin Park, but yeah, I thought that little contact there. Maybe a lot, but. So Champlin Park got to pick up, try and get a steal quick, and then if they don't get it, foul quick.
Big game coming up Thursday on CCX and in the Northwest Org. Number 1 in 4A against number 1 in 3A. Wrestling on Friday night, Osseo and Maple Grove at 7. And next Monday, Washburn and Armstrong. Non-conference girls basketball at Armstrong. Section girls hockey late next week as we get into playoff time for the winter sports.
Yeah, Park Center Totino will be a fun game if you can get a ticket. But you don't need to.
Right, you can just watch it.
That's right, there you go.
That's not a big gym.
No, it is not, no.
They packed that in Fridley on Thursday.
I would imagine they will be closing the doors at some point because it will be SRO.
Smith the inbound, gets it into Swanson. And a Mackinnon.
Oh, good. What? Oh, heads up.
Out of bounds off of, able to throw it off of Graff. Tim Tyson tried to call timeout, but his player didn't have clear possession. Unfortunate for the Orioles, they didn't turn it over there. 27 seconds to go.
Yeah, look at Tyson trying to call the timeout, but good recognition by the refs and not giving it to him.
Larkins gets fouled to go to the line. 18 fouls, so still just a 1-and-1. One and one here for Damari Larkins. He's 3 of 4 in his free throws tonight. Got it. I like his game.
I do.
Wonderful to watch.
He is. Yep. And he's going to be big down the stretch for them without Trey Smith. He's going to have to do a lot more. But yes, I agree. I like his game as he hits the second one. Very unselfish player, quick, works hard on defense.
Peterson will put up a 3, not good. Follow up underneath by Cummings, not good. A lot of traffic. Ball into Mackinnon's hands. Larkins ahead. Timmy going for the dunk, and Otinianabo not able to get that one. Swanson. They'll run out the clock, and Osseo will secure the win, 53-45.
That's a good win for Osseo, especially, kind of finding their way without Trey Smith here the rest of the season, and going to have to find players to step up and step into bigger roles. And I think they still need, to find their way a little bit offensively, but the defense is there, and that's a nice thing that can carry you on the offensive end. And Champlin Park, nothing to be ashamed of. I mean, they were down big multiple times and came back, kept fighting, kept clawing their way back in. They just a couple possessions here and there can, make this game a much different game.
Yeah, Osseo got up at 16, got a little stagnant there for a while. Champlin Park making some big baskets, some big threes to get it down to 5, but no closer, and Osseo ends up winning by 8. So with the win, Osseo improves to 10-9 overall. Their third straight win. They're 7-5 in the Northwest Suburban Conference. Champlin Park drops to 5-11 and 4-7 in the league. Reminder coming up Thursday on CCX at 6 p.m. Number 1 versus number 1. Park Center at Totino Grace. Join Jay Wilcox and Ryan Iverson for that one. For Bart Enniger and all of our crew tonight at Champlin Park High School, I'm John Jacobson. Congratulations to Osseo. They get the win over Champlin Park.